It was a hot July day in 1518. Strasbourg, now part of modern-day France, expected an ordinary summer morning. But the narrow stone streets of the city carried a strange tension, something no one could explain. People went about their daily routines unaware that within mere hours, a bizarre and terrifying phenomenon would unfold, an event that would puzzle historians and scientists for centuries. This was the notorious dancing plague, one of the strangest outbreaks ever recorded. It all began with an ordinary woman named Frau Trophäa, who suddenly started dancing uncontrollably in the middle of the street. Her movements weren't joyful. They looked more like spasms, as if her body was fighting against itself. She danced for hours without stopping. Exhausted, she collapsed on the ground, gasping for breath, slipping in and out of consciousness. But when she woke up, she stood up again and kept dancing. By the third day, her feet were bleeding, yet her body refused to stop. Onlookers watched in horror as the pain on her face grew, but her limbs continued to move without her consent. Within a week, something terrifying happened. 34 more people began dancing the same way. They too were unable to stop, their bodies jerking and moving against their will. By the end of the month, the number had risen to 400 people. People collapsed in the streets, trembling, only to stand up and dance again. Some died from exhaustion, heart attacks, or brain hemorrhages. According to one report, 5 people were dying every single day from non-stop dancing. The streets of Strasbourg had turned into a deadly rhythm no one could escape. As the outbreak escalated, doctors were summoned. They examined astrological charts, considered curses, witchcraft, demonic rituals, every supernatural explanation imaginable. After dismissing these theories, they concluded the cause was hot blood, a natural illness. And their solution seemed simple to them. If the dancers kept dancing, their blood would cool down and they would recover. So the city council built a large wooden stage, hired musicians, and encouraged the afflicted to dance even more. But instead of curing them, it made everything much worse. The music intensified the movements, and the crowd spiraled further into uncontrollable frenzy. The very cure the doctors prescribed accelerated the spread of the plague. Surprisingly, this wasn't the first event of its kind in history. In 1237, over 100 children in the German city of Erfurt reportedly danced their way to Arnstadt, collapsing from exhaustion. In 1374, outbreaks across modern-day Belgium and northeastern France described thousands of people dancing uncontrollably. But what made the 1518 Strasbourg outbreak unique was the amount of documentation. Doctor notes, church sermons, city council records, all confirming the same bizarre truth. People danced day and night, unable to stop. One modern explanation points to ergot fungus, which grows on damp rye and can cause LSD-like hallucinations, muscle spasms, and irrational behavior. But this theory is widely rejected. Ergot poisoning causes violent shaking, not rhythmic, coordinated dancing. And the physicians of the time were familiar with seizures and tremors. The eyewitness accounts consistently describe dancing, not convulsions. Another theory suggests that the dancers were members of a hidden religious cult, performing a secret ritual. However, eyewitnesses contradict this completely. They describe people screaming for help, begging for someone to stop them, clearly in agony. Nothing about the event resembled voluntary ritual behavior, so this theory lost credibility quickly. The most widely accepted explanation today is mass psychosis, a collective trance triggered by fear, stress, and strong belief. The 1500s were filled with famine, disease, poverty, and constant death. People lived in fear, and many believed that Saint Vitus, a Christian saint, could curse people and force them to dance uncontrollably. According to historian John Waller, a perfect storm of stress, trauma, and superstition pushed the townspeople into a dissociative state, making them dance without awareness. When Protestantism later weakened the belief in Saint Vitus, these dance outbreaks mysteriously ceased, a detail that seems to support the theory. But the most puzzling part? The plague ended just as suddenly as it began. After 3 months of unstoppable dancing, people simply stopped. There was no cure, no grand intervention, no decisive action. They just walked away and returned to their ordinary lives. Even today, historians admit they do not fully understand why. The dancing plague of 1518 remains one of history's most baffling mysteries, a haunting example of how powerful the human mind can be and how fear can shape entire communities. Even now, scientists, historians, and psychologists continue to study what truly happened during those strange months in Strasbourg. Perhaps the real mystery and its fascination lies in the fact that the truth may never be fully known. So, what do you think happened?